Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Lala. Today we are going to be doing a nail design in Infinite Painter, and this is specifically for Android users or non-Apple tablet users. I'm not sure if this comes in a phone version, but you can go ahead to your Apple store and check for Infinite Painter. Anyway, this is the home page of Infinite Painter. If you swipe to the right, you'll end up here in like some sort of inspiration page. When you swipe over to the next, we have the home page, and then over here is where all your projects are. So I'm going to start off in the home page, and as you can see, there's 4 buttons at the top here, where the first one is a blank canvas. We have from image, pattern, and challenges. So I'm assuming you can click either one of these to start a new artwork. I'm not sure what pattern or challenges does. I've never tried it, but it seems kind of interesting. For digital nail templates and digital nail designing, we're gonna choose from image. I'm gonna grab that image from my Files app. So I'm gonna go ahead and search my Files app for the nail templates of my choice. In this case, I'm gonna be doing a single set nail template, and I believe I'm gonna choose medium square, just because it is a neutral, it's a pretty neutral shape and length. So we're gonna open up medium square. I'm going to tap on, it shows you a preview, and then I'm going to tap on create. So this is how things are laid out. It's a pretty simple UI. Up here we have this wrench tool, and we have a ton of tools. This is where we have our tools. We have guides, shapes, symmetry, perspective, camera, and we have this section here that says edit, where we can select, transform, edit, pattern, and canvas. So this is quite interesting. It's a little bit different, very different from Procreate. If I tap on this, it reveals my layers. And then we have the ellipsis button, where we have more options to open, start a new canvas, import, save, export, and so on and so forth. Our settings are there as well. Up here in the top left corner, we have the home button that brings us back out to the home page. And then we have this panel here with brushes, and it has tons of different brushes in it. We have our smudge tool, our eraser tool, and this controls the size of the brush. And this is where our colors are. Okay, so I'm going to choose my color for the base of my nails. I'm going to choose this very light pink here. And I can save it, and it will just save down here. So this is the top, this is the bottom. It just saved to the bottom there, and I can hold it and drag it to the top if I want it at the top, and I absolutely do. So I think I'm actually gonna go for a warmer kind of color. Okay, so I have my color selected. I'm going to show you guys how to set the nail templates to reference. It's very different from Procreate, where you don't actually set the template layer to reference, but what you do is you click this plus button here in the layers panel, and that way you have the nail templates on the bottom layer and a blank layer on top of them. And then you're going to click on this wrench tool, and you're going to click fill. You'll have this panel pop up at the top, and you're going to tap on it until you see it have 2 squares selected. If you only have 1 square selected, it will fill the entire canvas. I'm gonna tap on the screen with 2 fingers to undo, and I'm gonna make sure I tap on this to where 2 squares are selected. That way, what it's essentially saying is what you fill on this layer will reference the layer below it. So if you look at these 2 squares as layers, with the second one highlighted, you're filling on the layer above it with respect to what's under it. So in this case, what's under it is the nail templates, and then we have our layer that we're actually filling the nails on. So I hope that I explained it in a way that makes sense, but that is how we go ahead and fill all the nails in. And we want it filled on a separate layer from the nail templates. Okay, so I'm going to add a new layer on top, and now I'm going to tap on the layer, and I'm going to click on this button here that says clip. This is how we set our layers to clipping mask, and this is actually how we start designing inside the nail shape. Okay, so we're gonna have all of our new layers be clipping masked to this nail fill that we just did. And as you can see, there's this little arrow that pops up beside the layer that lets you know that everything you draw on this layer will only fit into the shapes on the layer below it. So I'm gonna go ahead and change my color. I don't know, let's say we're gonna go for like a purple. And I'm done with the filling, so I'm gonna click my check mark to get rid of it. I'm gonna go over to the brushes. And I'm gonna go into, there's a soft airbrush in the sprayers category of the brushes. I'm gonna use that for my little purple aura or ombre that I'm gonna do. Okay, so as you can see, it doesn't matter where I draw on the layer, it won't show up anywhere other than in the nails because we have it set to clipping mask. And that is essentially the basics to planning nails digitally. If I wanted to add a nail charm, excuse me with like my energy levels and my voice, I am very sick, but I just recently released my Sculpted Garden. It's a digital nail charm pack inspired by 3D sculpted gel and acrylic flowers. And I'm gonna show you how to import that into Infinite Painter in case you wanted to add some charms to your digital nail designs. Procreate brushes won't work in Infinite Painter, only Infinite Painter brushes, and I think, Adobe Photoshop or some other Adobe program brushes also work in Infinite Painter. I did my research. Every time I release a brush pack, I would have to make one for Procreate and then I would have to make another one for Android. And I'm very much okay with doing that so long as I know that it's helping majority of my audience. So if majority of my audience uses Infinite Painter, then it will be Infinite Painter, and I'll start looking into this to create brush packs for this app. If it so happens to be Ibis Paint, I don't know how to pronounce that, Ibis, I don't know, Ibis Paint, then it'll be brush packs for that. I'm gonna have to like put up a poll in a couple of places and see which art app gets the most votes, and that will determine where else I create brush packs for. But there's so many digital art apps, I can't make brush packs for every single one, right? I'm only one person, and it takes a lot of time to create. But anyway, back to the video. Okay guys, so you've learned the basics to digital nail planning, and I love that for you. We have learned how to import our nail templates from the Files app. We've learned how to set the layers to reference, to fill the nails. We've learned how to make sure that everything we draw fits inside the nail shape by setting it to clipping mask. And now I'm going to teach you how to import digital nail charms because this is Infinite Painter. Procreate brushes won't work in here, but my digital nail charms absolutely will. So I'm going to swipe down from the top right corner and I'm going to turn on windowed apps, and I'm going to squish Infinite Painter in a little bit from the bottom right corner with my finger, and I'm going to pull up my Files app. So I already have my new nail charm pack open, and it's called Sculpted Garden. It is a pack of 3D sculpted florals made from either gel or acrylic. So I'm going to pull this purple one in. I'm just going to drag it into Infinite Painter, and then it's going to ask me what I want to import it as. Do I want to import it as a layer or a reference? I want to import it as a layer. Okay, so now it is a layer in Infinite Painter. I'm going to zoom out, and then I'm just going to size it down and put it on the nail. And it works just fine. I'm going to tap on the layer and click duplicate. And for this lower layer, we want to set it to a darker color so that we can add shadow behind this flower. You don't need to, but I love to add dimension to my nail designs. So we're going to add shadow. I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'm going to first tap on the layer, and I'm going to click this lock button with a grid on it, and that's essentially the same as alpha lock in Procreate. What it does is it isolates what's on that layer, so when I go to fill layer, it'll only fill the flower and it won't fill the entire layer. So I'm going to click on the wrench tool, I'm going to click fill, I'm going to choose my color, it's already on black. I'm going to tap on the flower, and as you can see in the thumbnail, it changed it from purple to black. I'm going to click the check mark to be done filling, I'm gonna go back to the layer and take it off of alpha lock, because now we need to blur it out so it looks like a shadow. So I'm gonna tap on the wrench tool again, and I'm gonna go to edit, and I'm going to go down to filters. I'm gonna go down to the blur, and then it's going to, you can see it already blurred that black background. I can control how much I want to blur down here. So this is like really blurred out. This is like a little bit blurred out. I think I'm gonna go to like about 40% and click check. And then I'm gonna just tap on this again because I want to move the layer so that the shadow can peek out from the side. So I tapped transform, and then I can just tap, 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 and it will show the shadow. Press the check mark to be done with it. And then I can turn the opacity down a little bit so that shadow's not too harsh, but it's still there. And that is essentially how we plan nails in Infinite Painter. It's pretty simple, like, you know, like it doesn't take long at all, but I hope this video helped you. And please leave your questions below. And yeah, happy planning, and thank you for bearing with me and my sick voice. I hope it's not too painful to listen to, but I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Peace and love.